It's time to make one final trip across the Confederation Bridge in 2024. The superstars of the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series have arrived at the penultimate race on the calendar, one that could make or break for multiple teams in championship points. Coming off a hot, fast-paced race at Petty International Raceway that saw points leader Ashton Tucker score his third win of the season and fourth win in the last 5 Easy-Kleen SLMS races, he and everybody else will head back to Oyster Bed Speedway on Prince Edward Island one more time this Saturday. The Chapman Bros Construction 150 presented by Hynes Paving is round 5 of 6 on the 2024 schedule and could be the race that everyone looks back to when a champion is crowned at Speedway 660 on August 17th. Remember last year's Chapman Bros 150?
The Chapman Brothers! Oh, look out! Oh, contact! Wow, race fans, there's going to be some fireworks here tonight.
Tucker returns to the track that historically had been against him and the Brad Silliker Motorsports team for a long time until he achieved a podium finish in the Universal Truck and Trailer 150 back in June. With that momentum plus the Petty Raceway win, it'll be interesting to see how he matches up against Corey Hall, who refuses to back off and remains a magnet to Tucker in points. The Universal Truck and Trailer 150 winner is 4 points behind Tucker and returns to PEI having led every lap back in June and will look to either inch even closer to Tucker or perhaps take the points lead going into the championship finale. It'll be a simultaneous case of repeating his June performance and rebounding from a rough run at a recent Pro Stock 150 at Oyster Bed. Speaking of that race, Robbie McEwen and the number 40 team finally drove into regional competition victory lane for the first time in 5 years. For the season he's been having, this may be the perfect time to peak and have momentum, and McEwen could finally break the winless curse in Easy-Kleen SLMS competition. He's 24 points behind Tucker, which is far from out of title contention, especially if the top 2 drivers run into issues. Behind him, Lonnie Somerville continues to have a severely underrated campaign. He's qualified on the podium and finished 7th or higher in the last 3 races, and don't forget that he claimed the EIT Race Radios pole at Oyster Bed back in June. With another good run, he could easily create a battle for 3rd in points. Ryan Messer hopes to avoid another chaotic day at the racetrack on Saturday like he experienced in June, and he's coming off a top 5 finish at Petty Raceway, the track that is statistically his worst. He has yet to start a feature higher than 11th and be a true contender for the win like he was in most races last year. There are a plethora of storylines for Darren McKinnon at his home track. 2nd in 3 of the last 5 races in regional competition at Oyster Bed, a 3rd place average finish in SLMS action at Oyster Bed, and the most runner-up finishes in SLMS history without having a feature win. A victory has been around the corner so many times. Is this Saturday finally the time to shine? Ken Vincent will be a favorite just like he was back in June. With 3 top 10 finishes this season, including one at Oyster Bed, a big finish for the PEI Ironman would be huge in his run for a top 5 finish in championship points. Greg Fahey is also within that points battle, and back in June, he won a heat race and finished inside the top 10. Having recently won a Speedway 660 Pro Stock Division feature, another great run at Oyster Bed could give him major momentum, returning home for the finale on August 17. Dylan Gosby is far out of the running for a championship, but could still salvage the season with a 2nd career Easy-Kleen SLMS win at his home track, which is the only track they've been able to run well at this season. Look out for the All-One Motorsports team to impress once again, with veteran Troy Burke back behind the wheel and young phenom Tanton Woldridge hoping to rebound from a disappointing run in June. PEI's Brody Lewis claimed a career-best finish at 12th at Petty and will look to be in the running for a first career top 10 finish. Look out for a bunch of mainland names to come over and look to make a name for themselves away from home and improve upon their finishes from the last Oyster Bed race in June. A big welcome back to Ian Rasmussen as he makes his 2024 debut in the Easy-Kleen Super Late Model Series, and he's been having a solid campaign in the Speedway 660 Pro Stock Division. Don't forget rookie Curtis Collins, reigning Rookie of the Year Hudson Weston, Dustin Tucker, Ryan Rains, Mr. Easy-Kleen Chris Duncan, and of course, Canada's Ironman Gary Elliott, who will be at a racetrack for the 899th consecutive night and then will be just one away from 900 in a row. Saturday, August 3rd, it's the Chapman Bros 150 presented by Hynes Paving at Oyster Bed Speedway at 6 p.m. It's the long Natal Day weekend across the Maritimes, and we expect you to spend your holiday on Prince Edward Island, witnessing Atlantic Canada's best super late model drivers ready to do battle at the high-banked oval. It's the penultimate race for the championship, the race that many could look back on as the championship decider. Stay tuned to our social media pages for breaking news as it happens, and get more information about this weekend's action at slms.ca and oysterbedspeedwaypei.com. Come get some good old Saturday satisfaction, and we'll see you at the track.